By the grace of God Almighty, the Students' Manifesto, which is the first of its kind, has been released right now. Students' Manifesto is, as I said, is the first attempt by the student community, which is represented by the Students' Islamic Organization of India, SIO, at the national level, which has been releasing such a manifesto stating demands related to education and the student community in general, keeping the educational scenario and the educational system in front. Before going into the details of the manifesto, I shall elaborate what is the basic philosophy of education and students as we perceive. We believe that education, as we now see, is not and should not be something which is earned for the purpose of getting certain jobs or certificates, or just only to have certain informations. Education has been deteriorated to just gaining certain informations and data, and only for the purpose of job. But this is not what is education. Education should be meant to create a generation or generations to involve and to go into the society and work for the society. A society, a student community, a new generation which is working inside the society for the upliftment, for the general cause of the whole society. This is what education is. This education should give the basic aim of life. Education should teach man what is basically the aim of life. What is the relationship of man with God Almighty? What is the relationship with man and nature? What is the relationship between man and man? This is what the education or knowledge is all about. But right now, what we see in our education system is just only for the sake of attaining job, for the sake of careeristic gains. People gain education. That is how the whole educational framework, curriculum is framed in. So this is what education, what we aim at. And the number two is what is student. Regarding students, I have illustrated it in the manifesto, in the preface of the manifesto. Actually, students is one who is working for the society. A student cannot stay aloof from the social realities. Right now what we see is that students are actually bookworms. They work inside schools, they go through the textbooks, they carry notebooks, and they are actually confined as bookworms. They don't know what is going on in the society. They don't know what is politics is. They are totally apolitical. By the term apolitical, I mean that these people are not that they are not affiliated with any political parties, not in that narrow sense. I say that these people have no means to interfere in the social matters. They don't have anything to do with social matters. So this is what student has become. But actually students has to be something, a group which has to involve in the social realities, in the politics. Right now, Lok Sabha elections are going on. It's going to begin. But what we see in the campuses is that these students, whom we represent, the Students' Islamic Organization of India, don't have anything to do with elections. They don't know what is their role in the field of this Lok Sabha elections. What do they have to do? What are their basic needs? What are the things that the educational arena, the arena of education is facing right now? So at this particular point of time, that SIO is releasing a manifesto which manifests the whole demands, the things that we have got to achieve in the coming 5 years. So going into the manifesto, we can see we can divide it into 2 or 3 categories. First is social justice in the educational field. Social justice. What we see right now in Indian society is that Indian society is being transformed into a neo-caste society. A neo-caste system is prevailing right now. Only those people who fall into the right hands of economic affordability are able to achieve quality education. Those people who cannot afford education, quality education, they are not able to attain anything. They are not able to attain quality education. So only those people who are able to afford by terms of finance can go for quality education. This is what we are facing right now. So we are asking the union government as well as the state governments to create a mechanism, to create a legislation so that there is a control mechanism of fee structures. The fees in the private institutions, private education institutions, are not being controlled right now. They are actually, when we go into the education institutions, especially the private education institutions, they are actually have actually kept the fees which are not afforded, which cannot be afforded by the students who are not in the right hands of economic affordability. So this is what we demand at the first hand. And in the same heading of social justice, we also say that it is a constitutional provision that until the age of 14, elementary education is compulsory, free and compulsory until the age of 14. This has not been implemented so far. Till the 60th year of our independence, this has not been achieved. Till the age of 14, people have to be given free and compulsory education. They should be given quality education. This cannot be even dreamt by the people who are in the village right now in the educational scenario of our country. And number 3, which is creating a great threat towards the social justice in education sector, is the FDI, foreign direct investment in higher education. We demand the government that there should be a control mechanism, there should be a law which has to be manifested, which has to be created so as to control the bad effects, the negative impacts of foreign direct investment in higher education. The biggest problem of this FDI in education is that it is not the A grade or the first class universities who are coming to India by the name of FDI. It is those universities which are working only and only for the purpose of achieving economic gains, wherein they sell education and they earn profit. It is not Cambridge University or it is not other A-grade universities in the world like the Oxford University who is coming in the name of FDI. It is the Georgia Tech University, of US. It is those universities who are only meant for selling education for the means of profit. So this is what we are negating. This is what we are apprehending towards. So this we are trying to convince the society, especially the student society, and also the government. We are trying to say that we cannot negate the concept of FDI in education. We cannot negate it wholly and solely. We have to accept it, but with certain conditions. There should be control mechanism, there should be legislations wherein there is a filtering process going on, and it is not the universities who come for squeezing the society of India, and it is not those universities who are trying to create again tires inside the society. And regarding the social justice in education, the last point which has been illustrated is the reservation. As per the Sanchar Committee report, the Muslim society in India especially and the other backward classes